RGB. Beautiful. Hello, you find us with a bit of a contraption. What is this? I've put that camera that was behind me above me to try and give you a better idea of how I'm working. Unfortunately, this is in the way, so you might not get too much of my smiling. PC on the board on the MDF, and what are we going to do? Well, the hard drives we don't really need to power up or use at all for this test. We've got this cooler that was the one that was on it. These are the log-on credentials currently. The machine's not on the network, though. Resting across my knee, I have a VGA and a network cable just to speed up booting if we ever did boot it right now. So one of the first tasks is going to be a bit of measuring. We're going to work out where this cut will go and the best way to keep that bottom edge, because that bottom edge, when we cut here and then we cut along there, the chunk that's under the hard drives right now will be able to form perhaps the top and bottom of the box, leaving this left hand side of the board, so everything from here onwards, available to make the sides, the top and bottom, all the sides, whichever way around we hang it. I'm thinking I'm going to hang it so that this is the top and all the cables are at the bottom, so that will be downwards, and the power supply will be underneath, curled underneath, with this cable which is fixed under the motherboard. This is the ATX power to here, the CPU power, and this power lead wrapped nicely down and in somehow. I'm still thinking about that, so measurements and board cutting, and I'm gonna probably try and take this tripod and the laptop with that camera to the garage where I'll do that cutting with the chop saw. The other thing I've got is this. So this is the new cooler, the RGB cooler from China. So we're going to try that, fit it, see what it looks like, and that's what we're going to do. First, the other thing for the measurement is, because I want to get nice straight lines, and I haven't actually got a set square, when I come to mark things off, instead of marking the board, I'm going to mark tape. So I'll put a little bit of masking tape down and draw on the masking tape just to help keep things clean and neat and tidy. First things first though, we could do with just a test boot. So this is the VGA. And you'll see me reach to my right to touch that screen. That's because that's the VGA capable screen, and I'll need to switch its mode. You can also do with a keyboard. And it's already got power. I'll need something just to touch the power connector with. I need to just identify that power connector again. Okay, so power on, power on. Fan, fan. Let's press the button. Intel Xeon E5420. Starting the SATA. Detected all the drives. Booting Ubuntu. The other thing I'm going to do when I go down to the garage to do the cutting is get open one of the servers and take out some of the registered DDR in there. Yep, all seems fine. Shut down -P now. Okay, so the machine has survived. I will blur that out if you see any of my password. Now, let's figure this out. Let's shift these for a moment. Actually, just leave them. Let's open the box, see what we got. Okay, this is the Lito RGB. It's got a little bit bashed, so let's see if we can get the box open. go. It looks rather like an AMD Wraith. Ooh. Okay, there's a bag of things stuck. It's got some warning, remove before installation, some cover on the thermal bottom. Doesn't feel bad actually. It's black effect, which is what I was looking for. And we've got a 3-pin header. And there's two side, they're a bit loose, two side connections. I'm going to presume that you're meant to hold these down sideways on and plug them in. So what I'll do is I will just connect this onto a header somewhere on the board. I can spot one and power it back on just to see if it works. So there it is. It's come on. It's just not coming on. Ah, there we go. That looks rather nice. So that will be the main effect when it's on the wall. That will be the main look and feel. I can feel it drawing quite an amount of air down. It's noisy comparatively. You can feel the centrifugal effect of the fan. Don't want to tip it too far because of getting anything stuck in the underside of it, but that is very pretty. I do like that. So we've got an inner ring of LEDs around there. Oh, it's actually just a light pipe probably, so there's probably one set of LEDs, and we can see here there's a colour. You can slightly see it around the edge, and it does change up over time, and you can see the same colour on the inside. So inside ring, see there? So there's two sets of the colour coming out, and the fans themselves have got, the fan blades have got a slight sheen, so you can see them quite clearly. So there we go. Let me just see the machine is booting, because it is. It has. Let's turn it back off. And let's see what it does when the power goes off. So we've got solid colour after a while. And it just cuts and runs down to nothing. It's quite good. So the fan works. Future me here now. I'm about to make a mistake. I'm about to say you screw this cooler on. You don't. You use the pins included and push them through the ring so that they connect in. So you've got the ring, the holder, a pin, and you just thumb push them in. It's completely toolless. I wouldn't like to say you can get them out in the future, because I don't think you could. They're one-shot use, I think. So it would have been nice to have more than one set in the box. Leto 2 people, I'd have paid 5p for another set of them. Ignore what I say here, basically. Just watch me fit it, maybe. I may speed this up a bit as well, because we just want to see the pretty pictures. Yeah, so we have to screw this on in place of the bracket mount underneath this one. So this will sit on the motherboard level like that, and then we clamp the fan to it. So LGA 775 place inward, so inside edge. They probably won't be much cop. We'll see. This is all plastic. It's rigid, but it is just plastic, so we'll see. Let's take this off. Cut the power. Cut the power, but don't unplug it from the mains. I want to stay earthed. And we're clear to lift this off again. So there we are, it's off. We've got the gold on it. I need to clean that off at some point. Okay, so that's it. We can get it in position while we think what we're going to do. Let's one. So there are a set of 3 grooves in each arm. I'll show you. You see these? There's actually 3. Can you see? Oh, I can't see very well. Can we see over here? No. Can we see on here? You can just see the 3 grooves. Gonna have to get one in like that. Now the opposite one. Like that.
And this one. Like that. Okay. Okay, it is in. It's just a bit soft feeling, that one.
Now then.
Gets very grippy. I think this is the one that has to go on last, so I have to put it on that way round.
Remove the sticky and let's give it some thermal paste. We're going to give this the gold. Remove the memory to get at the angle we need. And pushing through between, there we go, centering the cooler, now pushing this down, but pushing it down means you can't get the latch on. There we go. Okay, that is very tight, but we haven't put the caps in yet, so test fit is okay. There we go. Test fit is okay. 1, 2, 3. It would be nice if there were spares of these plastic caps in here because they are very brittle. It isn't obvious. This one is the worst one. and it's not obvious why. Maybe that was why. That feels better. Right, back on with it. There we go. So this is significantly lighter than this, and it's fan. I mean, this is heavy. This is not as heavy, but it's hopefully going to be cooling just as well. For this, I'm going to just wrap it up. There is the cooler in place. An important check here is how loud is it? Power. Power supply, power. It's the RGB. And I'm going to press the button over here. There we go, detecting our drives. There's a little noise. Don't know what it is. Pitch top is in. Okay. We've got CPU 4 at 2.6%. All the other CPUs are doing nothing. And we have got 6 gigabytes of RAM, or 5.7 gigabytes of RAM. Everything's running nice and clean. Future me again. It's just simpler if we finish this part of the video here. I'm going to actually make this that I recorded that evening into 2 videos. I'll have this piece now fitting the fan, the RGB. Then we'll have another piece which is an interjection about the board. Someone's asked me a couple of questions. That'll be part 4. I'll explain it very briefly. That will be seconds long, if a minute or 2. Then there'll be one that I did this evening in this video that I'm editing now, and that will be about cutting the board, when I came to measure and cut the board and plan out for the box. So there will be RGB, discussion of the motherboard and the RGB, measuring the board, and then they'll be cutting the board, and they will be the major bits of this video series until I get more parts from China. Still waiting on vinyl wrap, still waiting on spray paint, still waiting on different memory, still waiting on the bracket for the hard drives, still waiting for the strengthening brackets for the corners of the box. See you soon, guys.